everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena and this is Library of Diamonds, and in today's video I have a post review for you for one of the latest kits that I have completed, and that is PixelWare from DIYamond Delights. Now I lost the sticker for that, so my logbook looks pretty sad, but let's go over some of the stats before we go in detail about the kit in particular. So this one has 25 colors. It's a 45 by 45 centimeters. Oh, interesting. Wait a minute, because this is stats I grabbed from the page, like from the web page, but it might be different. Let me look for, oh my god, I have a mess here all the time. Okay, I was not able to find my measuring tape. I have no idea where it is, but I do remember that when I sectioned this off, each row, like the thickness of each row was 12.5 centimeters and the width of each section was the same. So I trust a little bit more what is printed here on the canvas, which is 50 by 50 centimeters. This is PixelWare by Happy Go Lucky. Oh, Happy Go Lucky, I'm so sorry. And this is in rounds. It was the first ever diamond painting that I got from DIYamond Delights that was in rounds. And actually this one was a gift from the company. I unboxed it here when it was about to be released. And yeah, I had to work on it pretty soon after, as you are able to see here. So this one had a total amount of drills of 30,200. It took me 15 hours and 44 minutes to finish. I started this one on September 17th and finished it on October 13th. This was my second finish of October, my 37th of 2025, and my 88th finish overall. If I am able to find the picture, I'm going to just put it here, and if not, I might print it out and just paste it and, you know, redo everything because this is sad. I know. So as I said, this was my very first kit that I did with round drills from this company. Everything else from this is pretty much as expected. If you have seen any other reviews of this company in particular, you know that the quality of the materials is great. Here we have the little thumbnail picture on the canvas. We have a legend here. We have a second legend over here. This print edges, like, they're really great. They're fantastic. The back is really soft as well. I put, as always, a little border of washi tape because sometimes a little bit of the glue just goes, you know, beyond the picture. And one, this is a round, and two, regardless if it is a round or not, I have a kitty, and when I don't put this in here, all of the hair gets stuck, like hair and dirt, and you know, that's yucky, so I prefer to put it in here. This one was such a quick finish. You might not really notice that because of the date, but I started this one on the 17th of September and I finished almost I think it was the entire row on the first day. And after that, I got another diamond painting that I wanted to do. It was a Crafter Zen Mystery, so I just locked in on that. And right as I finished that one, I did another thing, and you know, one thing after the other, and I was finally able to finish it on October the 13th, which was this past Monday. Was it Monday? I think it was Monday. So there are a few things that I do have to point out. First of all, the things that I absolutely loved. I just loved the nostalgic feeling of this Nintendo DS. When I did the unboxing, I remember telling you that when I was contacted by Elvira to see if I would be able to, or if I would be open to, you know, just have a sneak peek of this one just before the release. This one is the one that I chose because of the Nintendo. When I was little, I never got a Nintendo DS. Ever since it got out, it got out, I was never able to get one, and it's really one of the things that I always wanted one, and I never could. So that's one of the aspects of it. Other is because, you know, it's very anime-y looking, like the flowers also are very oriental looking. I don't know, it just gives me that type of vibes, you know. And yeah, I chose this because of that, and I'm also glad I did because it was the first round that I chose. When I chose it, I didn't know it was a round, and I didn't check afterwards. I think I realized it just as I opened it, but it was a fantastic chance for me to try it out. First of all, let's mention the drills. I had plenty of leftovers of all of the drills, like absolutely every, like look, this is a white color, so many left over. This is the pink background, again, so many left over. With this one, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 specials. Of those specials, 3 were the, I forgot the name, but the ones that are like a sparkly on top. And one of them actually looks a bit jelly because it looks a bit transparent, but I don't know if that's a thing. But yeah, here we have 3 of those and then 4 ABs. Oh no, this is not an AB. This is also one of those. Okay, then 4 of these ones and 3 ABs. As for the trash drills, I had a lot of one specific color and I decided to put them in the trash instead of separating them because it was just honestly annoying. And here we have it. Here you can see that all of them, like most of them, are the color of this background, and that is because, you know, after placing down all of them into big chunks of color blocking, they started to get stuck like one next to the other, like the little flat part with the flat part, and it was impossible. I mean, it was not impossible, but I didn't want to waste time doing that. So I decided, you know what? I have plenty of them. I am sure I have plenty of them. So the ones that I was just too done with to separate, I just, you know, pour them in, and those were all the trash drills. But really trashy drills, if you have the patience to separate them, the trash would be virtually non-existent, like very, very small amount of drills. So yeah, let's go start over with the specials. Let's start with ABs because the other ones are my favorite. So as for ABs, we have these 3. This one is a yellowy one, a blue one, and more very light blue. And so this yellowy one we can find in places where there's a little bit of a light in some of the flowers and some of the leaves. For example, in these leaves over here. Let me zoom you in so that you can see that a little bit better. I hope that the light is okay because it's kind of dark in my bedroom. So, oh, someone's talking to me. Who is it? My boyfriend. We'll answer him later. So yeah, here we have some sparks of light here in this leaves and also in the flowers here on top. That's where this yellow was used. It was very sparely used, but in my opinion, fantastic ways to do it. Then the other 2, which is this darker blue and this more lighter, super light teal, is mainly the screen of the DS, both of the screens. Actually, here we have a perfect zoom for that. So here, all of the border of the screens is this darker color, and then this one that is another, this is a lighter one. You know how in the background there's like a checkerboard sort of pattern? Some of the lightest one, which is this, and this, is that color. And we can see the same thing on the screen here at the bottom, where the border is a darker one, and this very light one is some squares here in the checkerboard pattern in the inside. Now let's go over with our specials, like with more of our specials. And here we have these 4 colors. Here we have a green, a pink. This is a pink that I think looks kind of jelly. I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks kind of transparent, but I loved it. Then this little white one, and then this darker blue. Like, is it a blue? Is it a teal? I don't know. But I'm gonna zoom you. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna start with this one because we have this one in this area as well. So I don't know how well you can see it, but you know, this little part under here of the flowers, the one that is like surrounding it a little bit darker, that's where this one is placed. And then, for example, this white one, it is placed in these petals of this flower over here. If we go a little bit upwards, we can see more details of the flowers over here. You can see this one is the darker one that I'm telling you about. And here we can see actually some of the ABs as well. So that is one of the specials. The white one, as I mentioned. Let me see if I can find other places where that one was placed. So it is a white one, just like the white one in other places, but it is more focused for detail. For example, here in the little buttons of the Nintendo, that's also other place where the white with the sparkly bits is. Then we have the pink one. The pink one, we can see it here in this flower. I don't think it's too visible that it looks kind of transparenty. No, it doesn't. And then on top here, like all of these darker pink surrounding these petals, that is also this very pretty pretty pink. And also the inside parts of this, you know, delimiting the petals inside, that's also where that is placed. And last but not least, we would have this dark color. This is one of my favorite colors, like in existence pretty much. And we can find them, I don't know, this is a plant. I know this is a plant, but I don't know which plant is this, but this is in like the stem of this plant. So that's where all of our specials can be found. I truly, everything from this shop is so cute, and it's so, I don't know, every time that I worked on this company in particular, it is very hard to stop myself. And with this one, I had to do that because I wanted to really focus on other projects because of time and what I wanted to do specifically for a time frame specifically. But anytime that I was working on it, it was like I was just flying through it. Like it was a breeze. I loved it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I keep coming back to this particular shop, because all of the things are so cute. The color palettes are always so adorable, and it is never expected from me to, you know, love and praise their products. It's just that I love them. I really, really, truly love them. Anytime that you see me doing a review, regardless if it's something that I purchased or if it's something that was gifted to me, you're going to be hearing my honest reviews. Like out of this shop, there have been 3 products that have been gifted to me, but in general, I have purchased like 10, 12, I don't even know. So, you know, that's testament. Like I would have gotten this regardless if I had gotten it like as a gift or not. So what I have in exchange for you is an honest review. And having said that, there are a few things that were not my favorite. Some of these aspects, I believe it's more the general aspects of when you work with rounds. Right now, if you have had any experience working with rounds before, you know that they don't line up as good as squares do. And sometimes you need to readjust them so that they don't create like the patterns of your pen. That is something that has been somewhat fixed in other companies such as Diamond Art Club, but what I've seen in my experience with other small shops is that that thing is still there, you know. So that also happened with this one. I don't know how well you can see, but let me go into this place. Let me go here and zoom in a little bit. Let me find a place so that I can give you an example of that. So here, where's my finger? Where's my finger? Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but these ones, even though if they look that are placed like correctly and all that, you can see a little bit of the back, how the symbol is popping out. And sometimes I try to go like this with my nail to try to line them up, but they inevitably just go back to the place that they're meant to be. So that happens to me a lot whenever I am, whenever there's a color, especially a light color, and that there is a lot of color blocking. And as you can see, this painting has a ton of color blocking. That issue in particular also happened to me here in the top, like wherever it is more visible. Where is it? Is it here? Yeah, here you can see it's a bit of a mess how they're all like all over the place. And this was also on me because I was on my walking pad and I was doing something on my computer, but I didn't have the extension of my desk. So this one was on the desk and I was leaning down like this, trying to do things. So all of that pressure you were not able to see how I was. Yeah, so I was leaning like this or like, you know, against it. So that affected that. But in general, there are still some of these issues of the drills not really aligning, you know, the best way they could. And I think that is just a general thing with how rounds and the grid is. So, you know, that is always a room for improvement, and not only for this shop, but for other shops where I have been, where I've had similar experiences, you know, where they look kind of crooked. But, you know, these paintings are meant to be looked from afar. And when you do, it's just super pretty. It's pure prettiness. And adorableness. So I hold nothing against that. So yeah, guys, this has been one of my latest finishes and I loved it. I loved every second of it. I flew through it. Of course, the majority of it is because a lot of it was color blocking, especially the white and the background, the pink in the background. But still, there were not many areas with a lot of confetti, but at the same time, it was a good mix between, all of the color blocking and the areas where more colors were needed. But yeah, this is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really am glad that you're here watching this with me. I just saw actually a comment from a viewer on one of my latest whip-in chats that she's working along that, well, I am already finished with this one, but that she was working along with me with this painting as I was working on the whip-in chat. And she actually mentioned that the unboxing that I did was what made her find this diamond painting and was able to purchase it, because otherwise this would have not been on her radar. So I am really happy and glad for that, because I enjoyed it, and I'm sure they're also enjoying it quite a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this review was helpful in making any sort of decision that you would like purchasing it or starting it, or maybe you're saying, oh, you know what, maybe it's not for me right now, and that is totally okay. Yeah, I hope that you keep having a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, don't forget to keep on diamond painting. Bye bye.